All right, today we're cracking open the case file on a UK casino that seems to have a seriously split personality, Winomania. You see, on one hand, it's dangling some rewards that are frankly almost impossible to ignore. But on the other, there's a whole trail of player complaints that raise some pretty big red flags. So let's get into it.
And really, it all boils down to this one question, doesn't it? Is a massive weekly cashback offer actually worth it if you have to put up with painfully slow withdrawals? That's the real conflict we're breaking down today. A super tempting prize versus a process that could drive you mad. Okay, so before we dive into the debate, let's just lay out the basic facts from the case file. Winomania is fully licensed by the UK Gambling Commission, so yep, it's a legit operation. It's been around since 2018, owned by a company called Audit Interactive. Now, pay close attention to that key feature, exclusive in-house games. Just remember that, because it's a huge piece of the puzzle we're going to come back to. All right, let's start with the lure, because you've got to admit, the good stuff here is really good. Winomania basically makes two incredibly strong arguments for why you should play there. First, massive rewards for being loyal, and second, games you literally cannot find anywhere else.
And this is the number that just stops you in your tracks. Up to 20% weekly cash back every single Monday. You know, in a market where rewards feel like they're getting tighter and tighter, a number like this is a huge, huge draw, especially if you're a player who's in it for the long haul.
But of course, that 20% isn't just for anybody. It's all tied to what sources are calling one of the most structured VIP programs in the UK. The idea is simple, really. The more you play, the higher you climb in their loyalty club, and the bigger your cashback percentage gets. The bottom line is, this whole system is built from the ground up to seriously reward dedication. Now, let's talk about the second part of the lure, which for some players is honestly even more important than the cashback. Winomania calls itself the king of in-house slots. And look, that's not just some snappy marketing slogan. It's the absolute core of what this site is all about. It's what makes them stand out in a sea of sites that all kind of look the same. So what does in-house actually mean? Well, the owner, Onakatek, is also the game developer Spinoro. This gives them a library of over 200 games that are completely exclusive to them. If you're getting tired of seeing the same old games everywhere you go, this is a genuine treasure trove of stuff you've never seen before. Okay, a treasure trove sounds amazing. I get it. But now we have to talk about the catch. Because for every player raving about these unique games, it seems like there's another one stuck in what people are calling pending withdrawal hell. This is where that shiny exterior starts to lose its appeal, big time. And this right here perfectly shows the disconnect. On one side, you've got the casino's own website promising you'll get your money within 24 hours. But on the other side, you have a mountain of player reviews on sites like Trustpilot telling a very, very different story. The reality, as reported again and again, is waiting 3, 4, even 5 business days. And the reason for this gap is almost always the same frustrating issue. Players have even given it a name, the verification gauntlet. The story always goes like this. You have a win, you go to request your money, and boom, the document requests start. Now look, asking for ID is totally standard for any licensed casino. But the complaints here are all about excessive checks and a process that just drags on, leaving your payout stuck in pending for days at a time.
And it's not just the withdrawals, you know? There were other little operational issues that just add to the potential frustration. If you're a night owl and run into a problem, well, there's no 24/7 support. There's no dedicated mobile app. Oh, and the welcome bonus? It comes with a pretty high 40x wagering requirement, which means you have to bet your bonus money 40 times over before you can cash out any winnings from it. These are the kinds of small headaches that can really add up. So you've got these truly unique games and that incredible cashback program on one side, and on the other, you've got the frustrating admin and these genuinely slow payout reports. So, where does that leave us? Let's bring this all together for a final verdict on who this casino is actually for. Okay, so let's break it down. You get the green light and should probably check this place out if your absolute #1 priority is finding unique games. It's also a good fit if you're a patient person who plans to stick around long enough to really make that VIP program pay off. But it is a huge red flag if you need fast access to your cash, if you get annoyed by administrative hoops, or if you do most of your playing late at night when their support team is clocked out.
But look, if you do decide to give Winomania a go, this is the single most important thing to take away from our entire investigation. To avoid getting stuck in that verification gauntlet, get your ID and documents fully verified the second you sign up. Do it first, before you even make a deposit. Seriously, that one move could save you a world of frustration down the line.
So that's the full picture. Winomania offers something genuinely different with its exclusive games and legitimately valuable with its cashback program. But in return, it demands a very, very high level of patience. And that leaves us with the final question, which, really, only you can answer. Is a unique prize truly worth